Hello everybody! Time to do some portraits. So I'm pretty excited about this week. This is one of those skills that if you learn it well, you will definitely always be, the life of the party. You could be a social media person, with like doing portraits for people, and I'm sure you already are, all of you, doing social media. I'm like down to like Instagram only, and I don't even post anything. I just respond to my kids and my coworkers and everything. But I am on Instagram. Christina Edmonds photo. What else? Oh, I wanted to apologize for last week. I think it was my Unit 8 Landscapes Part 2. At the very end, my husband and I were discussing like one of our daughter's friends, and that was not appropriate for, I guess I just forgot to completely turn off the tape. Anyway, I apologize for that if you saw it. I did cut it and, upload the new version with the with the private conversation cut out. I mean, it wasn't anything really terrible, but anyway, still, probably we're surprised. Okay, we're gonna go right into portraits. Woo. Put myself inside of there. And here we have Sydney. Okay, Sydney's got a lot of notes. Okay, so you're going to have additional photos coming soon. And oh my gosh, you got a really good photo shoot with your daughter. So sweet. And I didn't know, did I know her name was Luna before? What a beautiful name. That's fantastic. I love that name. It's just perfect for her. Yes, I agree that outdoor light, you almost have to be facing in the right direction, or it's very subtle. Like if it's very low on the horizon, then it's less harsh. A trick that I always use is to have your subject close their eyes and, get their face into position and everything, and then you go ready, set, go, and they open their eyes, and, usually their eyes look wide open and bright, and even if they need to close them again right away, you've gotten like a shot or two of them with their eyes wide open and that beautiful light coming through their eyes. So that's a tip. I do have to say that I want you to make sure that always your photos that you turn in, and even on your contact sheets, are new and made specifically for the assignment, for the course, within the time frame of that week. It looks like you did get enough pictures, so I think I'm not really worried about the number of pictures, because I think you did get a lot of new pictures. And I think, just throwing in those few extra to edit them, I think that that's absolutely fine. Alright, let's take a look at your choices. So this was an image from previous weeks that I remembered, and that's a beautiful job editing. This one is so freaking cute. Oh my goodness. She is such a ham and a doll. And I can tell that she's a little bit younger here, just by her features. And this upside down, oh my gosh, adorable. That reminded me of my own youngest. And then you did some portraits of your mom. Oh, your mom is so pretty. And I love that you got to try those things like wrinkles, you know, fading out wrinkles, healing brush for any spots. And I agree that, you know, the sunlight was too harsh. So if you do end up shooting your, you know, not really shooting, but shooting your mom as a model again, I would try that tip where, you know, the closed eyes. And I think you did a great job editing here. And even though the depth of field is shallow, we do still have this competing car in the background. I like the colors of it, but I would just say, you know, try and keep it, you know, to a simple background that's not fighting with your subject. Okay, now I want to... You got some great feedback. Yeah, she's a ham. Okay, I want to look at your contact sheet. And I think that I can do that in Photoshop, so just let me pause it. Okay, so here is Sydney's contact sheet. We're going to make it big, and I can see all the images that you took in a row in the same location. Pardon me, I've been taking bites of my supper because my husband brought it to me a little early. Okay, cutie pie. Adorbs. And it seems like she is a little bit younger here too. Oh, baby. This one we talked about is great. Your mom looks beautiful there. Little one's concerned. Oh. Maybe she doesn't, maybe it's chilly or something, I don't know. She's upset about something. Alright, let's go all the way over to first image. I really like the way her hair is blowing and she's not really bothered by it. Excuse me. This one, oh, is adorable. I think I would crop that vertical. And I would keep the shadow in. But that is really a sweet photo. That's worth framing, I think. And, oh, cutie. Sorry, I've still got the cough. So now I'm on antibiotics. Okay, I think we're... Oh my goodness, he's so little. Enjoy these moments. I mean, I remember them so well with all of our kids. And it doesn't seem like so far away. Oh, such a beauty. And I like this side lighting too. She's young enough to get away with it. Get away with anything, right? And here, I wonder if she did this on her own. Get upside down. Oh, a Minnie Mouse. Oh, that is so cute. I love it. Again, so cute. Which one to choose? Okay, you gotta go down. Oh. That's the one that you chose. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. She is just the life of the party. Oh. So many expressions. I think a different one every second. Oh, is this your dad, maybe? Oh my goodness. Oh, no, that is definitely a woman. Maybe that's Grandma? Very cute. Now, if it were me, I'd be going right to the wherever I could get these printed out, and I would have a white border on them. That's what I always used to do when my kids were little. And love getting that package of photos. And then I would paint. That's what I did as a young mom. Paint my kids' portraits. Alright, so wonderful work on that. And I want to show your panorama before we go. Okay, so here is Sydney's panorama from last week. This is the first one. This is the one that she didn't like. And I just wanted to show you something real quick. If you go to crop and make sure you have it set to ratio, so you can, it's not gonna, worry about having the same dimensions as your original shot. And then if you just do that, then there you go. And then I like to nitpick about little things for myself. And if it feels like it's cropping off too much, when you do like a little tiny bit like that, can always zoom in, and then it will allow you to take a smaller step, like crop a lesser amount. Okay, so there's that one done. And I won't save that one. I'll let you do whatever you'd like with it. And then let's open up this one, which this one you got a really cool curvature of the earth. But it still needs a little bit of cropping. And I would just go to your inside that frame. And if you feel like, with a panorama, because it's, it's so big, people aren't really going to be super picky about it. I gotta do my, I just can't help it. And then, I see these lines down here and over here. Quick tip, if you've got some extra space, you can always do edit. I forgot. Got to go over to layers, double click. Okay. And now your layer's unlocked. So now you can do some transformation. I'm going to go to the move tool to stop that crop. So edit, transform, skew, one of my favorites. And then you can just drag it down a little bit. So you get the whole thing. And, no one is the wiser. Do you see what I mean? No one would recognize that was skewed a little bit. But now we have a clean edge. No white. Okay, excellent job, Sydney. This looks wonderful. And I think it's really sweet. I'm really surprised at how turquoise this is over here. But anyway, just pointing that out. Okay, let's go to our next victim. Okay, here is our lovely sweet Astrid. And let's see, she's talking about portrait photography and mastering it and allowing the subject's personality to show through. Yeah, we don't need anything fancy. Don't let anyone tell you you need to buy thousands of dollars worth of equipment or even hundreds of dollars worth of equipment. There's so much you can do with what you've got, no matter what that is. So you just have to shoot within your capabilities and always be researching, things that are possible. Anything that you want to know, you can ask Google. Okay, so your oldest sister was going to be your model, and you ended up being your model. And I'm so happy that you now feel confident and know that you're beautiful. That is so rare. Most people just, want to pick on themselves. I mean, I'm one of those. But I think you did a wonderful job. Wonderful. That said, you also had quite a few images that are not current to the course. So I would say that, and I think you just had these 3 that were new. Correct me if I'm wrong, Astrid. I think that's what I got from what you said. And that one's your profile picture. Cute. And then here's your edited, and these are your 3 faves. One thing I noticed is that your skin tone is quite a bit deeper or darker than it is in the originals. So here we have a before and after. And I would be careful about that when you are, say that you get a job to do photo portraits and you're editing. You might want to be careful because some people are sensitive about their skin tone. They want it to be just what it is, exactly what it is. They don't want it to be changed. So, I mean, when it's for yourself, you can just, the sky's the limit, right? But if you have been hired to do a portrait sitting, you can try like different things and then show your sitter or your model what you've accomplished and see what their thoughts are, and encourage them to be really honest and frank. I love that you have the save the raw images. So smart. And I noticed this expression that you do with your mouth. That's so adorable. And I see you doing it in other photos too. I kind of do that same thing where I do that, and I've done that since I was like 5 years old. I could prove it to you if I could find my kindergarten picture. But this one is really so pretty too. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to look at your context sheet. Now, also looking at these images, you have a background that's really, really close. So you're standing against a wall or a doorway or something like that. This can be pretty easily edited out, but it would be easier for you to come away from the wall and then use a really shallow depth of field. So that would be the largest aperture or the smallest f number that you have in your toolbox, like what camera settings you have. And that way we could blur out those lines. Because I think the lines do compete with your face a little. And, of course I'm more prone to notice things like that than the average bear. So I like that it's a nice white background, but I think I would get rid of the lines. Anything, any distraction you really want to get rid of. Okay, I want to go to Photoshop and just a second, get your contact sheet out. Okay, looking at the big picture of your contact sheet, Astrid, I see that we've got 3 that were shot this week. And even though I really enjoyed seeing all of your different pictures, whether they were selfies or whether someone else shot the photo, it was just nice to see you. You know, I'm guessing these are pretty much over the last year or maybe 2. But really, really cute collection. However, we have to have images that were shot during the course, within the time frame of the course. So, so far we've got 3 out of 20. So you can resubmit your contact sheet with an additional number of images that are, you know, taken during the course. And sorry if I didn't make that clear, but I think I've mentioned it in some other videos, so I don't know if you guys have been watching the feedback videos other than maybe your just little part, but that is really, really, really important that we have images only taken during the course. Okay, so one thing I wanted to see though, I mean, these all look like special occasions. Oh, I guess, no. I'm gonna have to use my toolbar there. Belinda mentioned about this beautiful dress. Wow. And your teeth are so white. You're just like a little mermaid there. Lovely, lovely, lovely. That said, I can't imagine that, you know, you were able to take that picture. So this is the one that I wanted to see. Oh, I don't think I recognize these characters. You're going to have to tell me who that is. I was thinking it maybe was somebody that I recognize, but nope. I don't recognize them, so you'll have to tell me. Cute. So cute. Okay. We're going to go on to our next victim. Here we have Abby and Abby's boyfriend. And I swear, this guy, he's a chameleon. In your first image, he looks like he's maybe 15, 16. He looks so young. It's just the positioning and the lighting. And then in this image, oh, he's at least 3 years older. 3, maybe 4 years older. You know, here he's a full-grown man. And I love when guys do this thing where they, you know, make their muscles all flexed. So this one's a really cute image too. And then again, I mean, he looks like a different person. He's a chameleon. So I think they're all well done. But like I said, it's just every little different change in lighting changes his appearance so much. But I'm glad that he felt confident. And yes, of course, you don't need to have any fancy backdrops or lighting equipment. And don't let anyone tell you that you do. Yeah, high school. Yeah, super cute. I really like that one. I love, you know, this blue and green and the texture of the brick or stone. I guess that is stone. And this one I like too. He does look super confident there. It's interesting how we have the dappled light on his face, though, from the leaves. You know, I'm guessing that he had some say in which ones you chose, so he didn't mind that. But you'll find that a lot of people do. They want to have, you know, they want to look like their skin is super clear and, you know, all these things. But I mean, I tend to like it myself, the dappled light. I think it's interesting. And then this one, I think it was Belinda that suggested that you crop it. And I kind of have to agree, because with this big wide open space and what I think is a bridge here, it's, you know, there are things that are definitely competing for the subject with your boyfriend. I like how it's on rule of thirds. I'm happy about that. But I think that I would honestly reshoot this one just because of this. You know, it's like, it's almost like intersecting. And so you got to get used to, when you're looking through the viewfinder or at your LCD screen or however you're framing your image, make sure you're paying attention to every detail that you see. Sometimes you know, you didn't even notice, but there's a tree coming out of the person's head. You know what I mean? Things like that. Little things like that can be, you know, like the best picture turns out to be one that's not successful because of just some little detail. Okay, we're going to go ahead and look at your contact sheet. And yep, I agree with Belinda. The outdoor is great. So this is Abby's contact sheet, and I wanted to look at it close. I like looking at the big picture first, you know, kind of standing back. So, oh my gosh, this guy should probably be an actor, because every different angle is so different. Okay, so we basically talked about this one. And then that one's very similar. This one we didn't. This isn't one of the ones that you selected, but I think the one that you chose is a little better. We're missing, or a lot better. We're missing a lot of him. So usually there's three ways to frame your subject in a portrait that are common. One is just, you know, like head and maybe shoulders, and then the next one is like a 3/4 view. So 3/4 would be like 3/4 of the body. In that case, I would be careful about arms and hands and make sure that they're included. And then the third case would be, you know, full body. So this works really well. You got all of him in there. And my only question is, what did he think about the dappled light on his face? I like it. Now look at this guy. Everybody, can you just tell me, does this not look like a different person to you? I'm just blown away by all of his different, every angle. Okay, now we'll go to the next row. Maybe not every angle. I'm starting to recognize him now. And then looking up, different guy. Very different. Here I recognize him because that's like his front expression, and that one's really cute. So that would work for 3/4. And then there he is, young again. So young. And I do like the side lighting there. Okay, so his frontal expression. I like all the things that you're trying here. I think it's wonderful. Okay, here's our profile. I recognize profile guy and straightforward guy. And this is, you know, super young guy. I think that might be the one that you chose. No, it's this one. Okay, wow, that could be Ducky on Pretty in Pink from the 80s. Never seen that. Okay, he's starting to look familiar now that we've seen all of his angles. I like that one. Okay, that's a nice one. I think I might crop that a little bit. I don't know, that's a tough one, because do you want to include all of that tree and your subject is centered, or do you want to move him from one side to or the other? Yeah, that's a tough call. Usually it's the one that your sitter is happiest with. Yeah, I think that was our last one. Okay, so great job, Abby, in showing the many sides to your boyfriend and this chameleon-like person. Okay, and off we go to our next victim. Next we have Belinda and her lovely daughters. What supermodels you have. I swear, it's just, isn't it the best when you have great models already in your own house? That's so convenient. And I like that you chose this old brick building, you know, this kind of historical building, it appears to be, to me anyway. And that they enjoyed themselves so much. So your first photo, I think, is a very beautiful portrait. But I was kind of shocked when I first saw it because the background is so, to my eye, it's so obviously blurred out in post-production. So after, not in the camera, you know, you didn't do the blur in the camera, you did it in post. So, you know, that's one of those tricky tricks that we try to avoid. And I would say I would go back to the original. You've got to share that with me. Actually, I think it might be in your contact sheet. Let me look here real quick. Oh, of course, I don't have it open. But I'm guessing it's going to be in your contact sheet. And I think that even though you don't have a shallow depth of field, that would still be preferable, because there's like a little telltale halo around her, and to me it's just so distracting. Yeah, it's hard for me to look at because I want to see your daughter, because oh my gosh, she's so gorgeous. But this is, it's just like a little bit too overboard. And then the next one, oh my gosh, she's a beauty as well. Look at those freckles. And great choice of outfit. And it's so straight, so nicely framed. But again, I'm seeing that in post-production, you know, that's what we say. We say either in camera or in post. Post-production is when you do editing. It's obvious, not as obvious as the first image, but you still have a little bit of like a halo glow here all around her. And I understand, oh my gosh, Belinda, I know that you worked so hard and so carefully to get that so seamless like that. But I still want to discourage you from doing that kind of man-made blur, and rather do it in camera. So we know that if we pick our lowest aperture, which our largest aperture, our lowest f-stop, then we're going to get naturally a nice blur in the background. And even if you have to move your model further from the background and focus really close on your model, you're still going to get that beautiful, natural depth of field, you know, shallow depth of field. So I would really hope that you will try that for your next shoot, or at least before the final. Next week's going to be pretty easy, and you might have seen already. Okay, and this one, I mean, it's less obvious, but I mean, I still see it. So I would just go with the way you originally shot it rather than the edited in blur. Okay. And I know everyone loved your images, and I mean, I'm so pleased that you're getting great feedback. Yeah, black and white can be a good idea for portrait photography. You know, if you're doing portraits just like weddings, you want to give options. 100 photos, that's just what I would have done. I would have shot and shot and shot, and oh my gosh. All right. Let me just pause there. Get your card. Alrighty, here's Belinda's original shoots. Oh, it looks like we have edits. So in general, in the future, you want to have the originals in your contact sheet. So that shows, you know, what you worked from. So that was what I was hoping to see, you know, the originals before editing. Oh my gosh, these girls. So pretty. So this one says edit. Oh, you're in for a world of trouble, if you're not already, for your beautiful daughters. So it does appear that you've edited this one as well. And for me, I would just love to see the originals. And this one is also edited. This one is different though. To me, it appears that the background is where the focus is. Which, you know, it happens, but it's okay. Ah, gosh, she's so vibrant. Such a good model. Oh, we're getting down there on the stamp into the stone. Gosh, that looks like, I don't know if is that a patch of light or is it painted? But so pretty. Okay, again, good. I don't know if she's going to like this low angle because she appears a little bit more curvy. You know, women are sensitive about that too. Women, girls, females, anyone, really. Oh, yeah, that's nice. It's a great idea. Okay, and here we go. Oh. So that's the one that's like majorly edited. This one is edited. Golly. So do you see how it just seems a little bit unnatural? I hope you're seeing what, you know, what I mean by that. Oh, so cute. Look at her with her earrings and her perfect waves. Cute. It's a little underexposed. Oh, so nice. So you really have a knack for telling them how to pose, and or else, I mean, the girls just know what to do. Okay. I think you've done a great job. You know, you put in really so much effort. So I'm sorry, you know, to tell you, you know, my feedback, but I've got to be totally honest. I want you to do well. I don't want you to come away from this course thinking, you know, why didn't my professor tell me that? So that's what I'm here for. Okay, next person. Okay, here we go with Don and his buddy Gray. And yeah, this guy is you know, he's like a model. He's edgy. And I like what your idea is, going for an underground look, which this feels like, you know, artificial light in a dark space. So I think that idea really worked. And I mean, I don't mind that you were rushing, because I think you did well. And you know, if you wanted to share one of your tracks with us so we could listen to your music, by all means. I mean, if you can add an audio clip to the discussion board, I know we would all be excited to hear, for sure. And yeah, I know. Work, school, music, acting. Wow, acting. Okay. I want to see. So you're going to have to share some other things with us, because you know, I know we're all interested. And, you know, I'm here to tell you, I work, you know, 16-hour days every day, so I understand. Okay, so the first image I like that there's a little shadow here. I wonder a little bit about this. I mean, Gray's been getting busy. I think maybe that's what it appears to be. Yeah. But I like this first one. And the second one, wow, what a bone structure this guy has. It's a little bit David Bowie-esque to me. You know, so slim and classic bone structure. Very nice. This one is a little bit, for me, a little bit off kilter. And then, you know, we're missing a pinky here. So that you might not have noticed, but I mean, it's a good, his face looks good from that frontal position. And so I like that about it. The only thing I have that I'm worried about here is your contact sheet. And the reason why I'm worried about this is because I think you must have spent a ton of time putting all of these images into a document, and every single one of them feels resized, you know, like squished from the side, squished from the side. So they're all like distorted. So Dawn, I want you to go back and look at, hold on a second, let me see where it is. Okay, so in Unit 7, which was the food photography chapter, if you go back to that one, Unit 7 in coursework, you'll find there's a link to how to create a contact sheet. And it's so easy. Everybody tell him it's so easy. So you just, you know, you follow the directions, and then you just, you put all of the images in there in the panorama, and it like automatically populates them. into a single document, and then you just save that document, and it's just way easier than like resizing everything, and then we can't really tell what we're looking at here because everything is just a little bit distorted. Okay, so hopefully you'll go back and do that for me, and get the highest score possible. But we will definitely need those contact sheets for the end of the quarter coming up in, oh gosh, after spring break. You know it's going to be a while, so you'll have time to go back into that and get that done. Okay, we're ready for our next victim, which is Bryce. And Bryce, I love your stories. And I honestly think your sister is so gorgeous. She must be younger than you. I mean, she's so tiny and thin, and she looks like she knows how to pose like a model, you know, so she's well practiced. And sorry that it wasn't that pleasant for you. And I know that at first it really is hard, but with practice, trust me, you'll start to see by looking back at your images what worked really well. I think that the brick wall was like an instinctive choice. I like that, and I like how you tried black and white. And I think that this was a great idea too, by the blinds, because we get some interesting leading lines there. And I would have loved to see, you know, where you change the eye color and whiten her teeth. But I'm glad it was more comfortable for you. Okay, let's look at your favorites. Okay, I think this is nice and clear. The only thing that I notice is she's got huge eyes, but her eye is like focused so far over that we're not really getting much of her eye directed toward the camera. So it's almost too far, you know, and it ends up we see a lot of the white of her eye and not enough of her eye color. So that's just my little tiny nitpick with that one. And it's curious to me because, I mean, this is lovely lighting, but again, you know, we're seeing mostly the white of her eye and not the color. It's just so far looking in the other direction. So if you want to do a side view, and I know I just don't compare to your sister, oh my gosh, but if you want to do a side view, you know, have them face like a 3/4. So then this would be, you know, straight on, and this would be a complete profile. And then in the middle, you know, if you're looking forward or even looking toward the camera, you know, those kind of poses generally work better. And this is just perfect. Super cute. And I agree about the black and white. However, I think I would increase the contrast a little bit, just so that we get, in a black and white photo, you want to make sure that you have a deep black. You know, your darkest shades are the deepest black, and your lightest shades are bright white. So, if you want me to make a tutorial about that, you know, if you're really into the black and white, it's really just an adjustment in levels. And if you want to look up how to edit black and white in levels in Google, you can, or you can just say the word and I will make a tutorial for you. It's not hard. It's a pretty quick and easy adjustment. Okay, we're going to go to Bryce's contact sheet. Alrighty, here's the big picture, and I do see where you edited, and those are the same kind of, you know, things that I would do in the file name. And I like by keeping the numbers, you keep it in order of your shooting. And that can be really helpful when you're going back to look, you know, long after you've done the shoot and you're looking for a certain picture. Okay, let's look at these close up. Okay, here we go. Okay, so that was one of your favorites. And I like it a lot. But I do think you could experiment a little bit with contrast. You don't want to go too far. And this one is nice, but you know, so much of the white of the eye. This one is kind of nice. I don't know if I might increase the exposure a little bit. Sorry, boy, when I start to cough, it's not good. Oh, but I really love the idea of that picture. It feels like a genuine smile, too. And this one is really sweet. So that's what I mean by like a 3/4 view. And then this one, it's really a good profile of her face. And I love the highlights on her hair. But it's just the eye that bothers me a little. See, Bryce, you could be doing like senior portraits, right? I know that's exactly what you want to do. Okay, that one is lovely. And oh, so pretty. Great, great, great. Oh, wardrobe change here. No, I think it's just a blanket on the chair. She is so tiny. Ah, yeah, I really like seeing some color in her skin. And that one's, you know, way more casual, not quite as clear. Okay, I think that one's very similar. I mean, this is nice, but it's got some distracting elements. However, I love that you've got a little reflection here. So nice. Yep, really pretty. Oh, such soft lighting. And there's another dark. But it's really soft. I like the idea of it. Gosh, you're going to have to tell me how old she is. She could be anywhere from, 13 to 18. Pretty. This one, I think the angle of the window, you know, like this curtain is just coming down at a diagonal. So it appears like it needs to be straightened a little. That's very pretty. Again, very nice, maybe a little bit dark. Ooh, so serious. I think I would definitely try increasing the contrast there. Okay, looks like that's it. All right, Bryce, excellent work. And I hope you all have a good night. Talk to you soon. And I hope that you are able to use the feedback that I've provided. All right, bye-bye.